Hey, aloha! This is La'akea with Puna Pa'akai Hawaiian sea salt. And I'm kind of excited today because I just harvested some salt and I got it hanging in the bag to dry. But this batch is kind of a little unique. This was crystallizing, just turning into crystals on May 20th. Of 2012, which was the day of the solar eclipse. And then we had the galactic alignment with the Earth, the Moon, the Sun, and Makali'i. The Hawaiians call it Makali'i, some call it the Pleiades. But so that was a powerful day. And so, of course, everything being energy, the salt is going to be infused with that beautiful mana of that day, that beautiful charged energy that we just went through. So I think that's going to be kind of tasty. I can't wait for it to dry. Anyway, talking about things being energy, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, things being energy. So we want to be aware of what we're putting into our bodies. And I know a lot of people get instructed by their medical practitioners to cut down on their salt intake or don't have any salt at all. And that is true in one aspect, because yes, you should probably try and not have as much processed salt as you possibly can. Avoid processed salt if you can. So if you're going out to the restaurant, yeah, they're using processed salt. And if you eat processed food, there's processed salt. So if you can eat, foods that are prepared, that are more fresh and natural, and are made with natural salts, then you're going to be avoiding the processed salt, yeah? The importance of having salt in our diet is, I can't stress enough. Some of the research that I've done and what I've come to find out is, we're little walking oceans, and so we have to have salt. Salt is our foundation. It is our life force. It is what keeps us in balance and keeps us functioning, and keeps our fluid levels in balance, keeps our little brains in water and all the little connections being made and the things firing right in there. So it keeps our mood good, so we're not getting depressed, and we're not struggling with a lot of different things that we see people struggling with nowadays. And that's because they're choosing to cut out salt out of their diet, which our bodies have to live. And the salt that they are having and eating is processed salt. So the body doesn't even recognize that as food or the minerals and elements that it's craving. So it's very important to have salt in your diet, but it's important to have the right kind of salt. And the best salt you can have is from the source of the ocean. So to have ocean as the source and have the salt made all natural, unprocessed, just let the sun and the wind do the work and crystallize the water naturally, and then put that into your body. That's what your body's craving. Sometimes we're sitting around and our body is just craving salty. I want salty food, eat something salty. And so we grab a bag of chips and we're like, eat the whole bag of chips all at once because our body wants salt so badly. And then, when we're done with that, then it's not quite satisfied, so our body's like looking for the next salty thing to eat. And it's because the message from eating the salt, it's not getting the message that you just had salt, because what you just had was processed salt, and it doesn't recognize that as the minerals and elements that you need. So if we are living consciously and putting complete salt in our diets and in our food and in our bodies, then our bodies are being fed and satiated with what it's craving. So when your body is more in balance, it's going to be talking to you. and you're going to be able to hear it. And when it says that it wants salt, then you can feed it all natural salt from the ocean, and it will be satiated, and you will feel energized and complete and balanced as you should. So it's really important to remember that we need salt in our diet. It's very healthy. It helps our bodies function. It helps us, all of our systems function at their best. So to completely cut out salt, that's not really a good idea. But definitely watch your processed salt intake. Now, a really cool thing about natural salt from the ocean with its perfect proportion minerals and elements is that it's kind of like vitamin C in a way, because if you let's say you got like some juicy tomatoes, and by the way, the salt really brings out the flavor in things, so you put the ocean water salt on your tomatoes, and maybe that day you're just really hungry for salt, so you just pour it on and you just eat it, and you've maybe consumed a little too much for the body. And the cool thing about it is if you take more in than the body needs, it just flushes it out. But also in the process of taking in natural salt, it helps you flush out and your body release and flush out some of that processed salt. So it's really assisting you in bringing your body back into balance in all the ways that you need. From maybe you went out to a restaurant the night before and you needed to bring yourself back into balance. You just take in a little bit of that ocean salt, the all natural unprocessed salt, and you're going to come back into balance real quick. And so yes, give yourself that gift of having salt when your body says it wants it, but give it the complete salt that your body needs, the salt from the ocean that is feeding and helping you thrive in your life. So don't deprive yourself of something that is good for your body. Just be aware, and now you have a little more information, so you can make your choices with that information. So with that, thank you for listening, and aloha.